My name is Adi, and I came to this beautiful planet, Mother Earth, with many of you to assist her in her own resurrection. Mother Earth has been around for billions of years in human terms, but really she is part of the cosmic dream of Divine Mother. As you know, Source creates life force that is used by what we can call Divine Mother, the Divine Feminine, the Creator, to create life, to create creation. When you look at the basics of creation, you can observe Source as the Big Bang, the kind of beginning of all things, when nothing yet existed. There was just the field that desired to know itself. So it's like when you have this incredible desire to get to know something, but you haven't got to know it yet. And then you expand into experimentation. You start to learn. You start to experiment. You are like a scientist. You are a researcher. You are an incredible being who searches for new ways. You are imaginative. You are creative. So that is the nature of Source. The potential of Source expanded into experimentation, into science, and that is Divine Mother. The field of Divine Mother, you can imagine it as Source being the nucleus in the center of all things, and then the field all around it is the field of creation. And you can call that the field of Divine Mother, her cosmic body. The field of Divine Mother is physical and also non-physical. So when you look at our cosmos, that is the physical expression of the body of Divine Mother and her creativity. That means that our planet and all of nature is the physical manifestation of this creative force, the Divine Feminine, the Creator being. She also has an aspect to herself which is non-physical, and that is the sacred geometry behind all things, as well as the nothingness of all things. So Divine Mother is the biggest mystery. The best way to represent Divine Mother in what we would call sacred geometry or a symbol would be the Taoist yin and yang. She is the light, she is the darkness, but her darkness is not what we would call evil. If we understand this completely, that Source as the Big Bang exploded into all potentialities to get to know itself, and then it took on this form of the creative force, the Divine Feminine, the Divine Mother, Spider Grandmother, to create as much as possible, and that is never ending, to keep on creating forever until all potentialities are known, but that can never actually happen because all potentialities are endless, just like creation is. And so creation is endless and infinite. But it does have a condition. It has a condition that all beings with our creation use their imagination and their own creative power to create and perpetuate creation. All of you and all of us, we have the gift of perceiving reality, even though it is all a cosmic dream, it's all a hologram. Nothing really is real. Outside of Source, nothing is real, and yet it is the piece of art. When you think of an artist, Source and Divine Mother, they are the artists, and we are the creation, we are the art. The worlds are the art, all dimensions are the art. And you don't want to say the art is not real. It is a manifestation of creativity. It is an expression of the potential. So as an artist, you ideally want to be an eternal artist. You never want to run out of ideas or inspiration. That's the same for Divine Mother and Source. To perpetuate creation, to come up with new ideas, but to also engage all of the collective that you create. So you have creative beings that come from the creation field. And these creative beings, of course, were created too. So every single one of us is actually, let's call it a dream. We all are illusions, we all are holograms, we all are characters, and yet we all have a role to play. How do you live with the fact that we all really do not exist and yet we do exist? Well, that is the nature of Divine Mother. She is the one who exists, just like in the yin and yang, and she's also the one who doesn't exist. And so we have to be okay with these big cosmic dichotomies. Whatever is not real, and yet it is really important, because Source, as it exploded, it wanted to get to know itself, and the only way to get to know yourself is through experiences. You really cannot get to know yourself within nothingness. You need to become everythingness, but also in that everythingness you have to be without attachment to it. And so if I show you millions of movies and I say all these are potentialities, you will not believe that any of those are real. You will say, oh, you just show me movies. And that's how it is with creation too. Creation is zillions of movies. It is zillions of novels, all fiction. And yet, when you read, when you watch, you feel engaged. And when you feel engaged and you become a participant within, you have a role to play, you will have responses to what you are reading, what you are part of, and your response is what really creates more of what is. And that's how creation is perpetuated. Now we are in the year 2021, again, another beautiful illusion of all things. We seem to be in the year 2021, but that really doesn't exist. So we are in some time, we are in some space. And in this time space, we have this amazing opportunity to remember that we are dreaming. When you remember that you are dreaming in a lucid dream, you wake up from it. But you don't wake up from the dream. You don't really wake up. You just wake up in the dream. If you have ever done lucid dreaming, then you know that once you state, I am dreaming, you are suddenly endowed with a superpower. And this superpower allows you to manipulate your dream to your liking, and hopefully with consciousness, and to use life force correctly and constructively. And so when you wake up from a dream in this world, you have all that you desire from the bottom of your heart. And that's what's really important. All desire has to come from heart. If it doesn't come from heart, it is the misuse of life force. When we want to experience something selfishly or for lust, or even something that harms the other, and not only a human being but an animal or a planet Earth, then we are misusing life force. But when we have a desire to experience, let's say, peace, that's an amazing intention to have, then we can experience peace within our dream reality. If enough of us want to dream that, as we are in this dream reality, the more we can come into harmony with collective well-being, which would be well-being not only for humanity, but well-being for all creatures, all plants, all of nature, and the entire planet, then that would be a great dream to dream. And within that dream, we can have individual dreams, which would be whatever it is that you desire to accomplish in this life. And the guiding principle for all that we should be creating, so that it is constructive, should be, let's base it in love. Let's base it in harmony. Let's base it in truly respect for all life.